In this video, I will show an application of linear equations in algebra, and we're going to solve a word problem that involves a mixture of two solutions with different concentrations. So first we have to read the problem and understand the context of the problem. So while you're reading this, I'm going to put that. And now once we understand the problem, we're going to recognize that this is a typical mixture problem, and the best way to solve it is to organize all the data in a table. The table is going to have several rows. So here we're going to have two solutions. So I have solution 1 and solution 2, and let's see what is that given for every solution. So we have a concentration. So concentration is given in percent. So we have a 10% solution and a 2% solution, and we're trying to get a 4% mixture out of this. Also, for every solution, we also have a volume, while the volume for each solution is unknown. The total volume must be 500 milliliters, which means that if I call the volume of solution 1 x, the volume of solution 2 will be 500 minus x. And using this, we can find the amount of peroxide in each solution. So if the total volume is x and 10% of it is peroxide, then the amount of peroxide will be is also in milliliters, but we can find it by multiplying concentration by the volume. We can do this for all rows. And as a result, we have a complete table. Now, to solve the problem, we have to find x, and to find x, we have to set up an equation that relates the unknown quantity x with known quantities. And to do that, we usually use the rows or columns of the table and the relations in those rows and columns. Here we already use most of the rows, so let's focus on the columns. There is no relation in the first column, and the second column we already used, so let's focus on the third column. The relation between these three quantities in the third column is the following. The amount of peroxide in solution 1 added to the amount of peroxide in the solution 2 should be the total amount of peroxide in the mixture. So that gives us the following equation, which we can solve by isolating the variable x. So I'm going to distribute everything. And I'm going to combine x, and I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. And now to isolate x, we have to divide both sides by 0.08, and we can do that by first get rid of the decimal in the denominator and then simply simplifying the fraction. So we can divide everything by 4 and then by 2. So x is equal to 125, and if x is equal to 125, then 500 minus x is equal to 375. Therefore, the answer is, we always have to make sure that we answer the question that was asked and in the way that it was asked. That is, if it was asked in a complete sentence, we would also like to answer it in a complete sentence. So the question was, how many milliliters of each solution should be mixed? So we would say the amount of 10% solution is 125 milliliters, and for the 2% solution is 375 milliliters.